Hi students, welcome to plus 1 computer class. We are discussing our 7th chapter, control statements. So the various control statement we already seen, while, do while, for loop, and also nesting of loop also we see. In the previous video we discussed about nesting of for loop. Okay, how we are printing a pattern, star pattern and number triangle using nesting of if, and also we discussed the comparison between these three loops, for, while and do while. Okay, so we already completed our nesting of for loop. So in this section we are continuing the topic nesting of for loop, but here not nested of for loop, here we are going to discuss nesting of control statements. Okay, what is it? Nesting of control statement. Along with that, we will discuss the various jump statements that we are using in C++. Go to, break, return, exit. So these are the commonly used jump statements in C++. So these are the two topics. So our first topic is nesting of control statements. Nesting of control statements. Nesting of control statement. Nesting of control statement means a control statement contain another control statement. So here we can divide control statements into two categories. First one is selection or decision making statements. This is the first category. Second category is iteration statements. Okay, selection or decision statement, then iteration statement. Selection or decision category example is if else statement, then if else if ladder, then one more statement is a switch statement. So we can say that two statement, if statement and switch statement belonging to selection or decision making category, then iteration example is for, while. Okay, for, while, do while, these all are example for iteration. For, while, do while, these all are example for iteration statements. Clear? So, selection statement and iteration statement. Selection statement example if else, switch statement, for, while, do while. These all are iteration statement. So we are going to combine these two statements into a single program. So with the help of an example, I will explain the nesting of control statement. In that program, we are going to create a calculator. Calculator means it will perform addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. These four operations. Okay, as long as the user want. As long as the user want means we can use do while loop. Then for making different application we can use switch statement. So these two we are going to combine using a C++ program. So please look at the picture. I am going to show the program. Same program that is from your textbook. In that program we declare two variables to input two numbers and perform arithmetic operations based on user's choice. That's our question. Then here we are declaring two variables n1 comma n2. Two variable n1 comma n2. That variable is used for entering the number. Then char ch. Char ch means do you want to continue? You want to input yes or no. For that purpose char ch. Then enter the number. Then cout n1 n2. We entered two numbers. Then after that all the other operations, like first you want to print a menu format. Menu format means addition, subtraction, multiplication. If you press star, then multiplication want to execute. Otherwise addition. If it is a slash, then division will execute like that. So for that, just for printing a menu, the first section, cout, number 1, number 2, number 3, operator menu, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, like that. Okay, that statement is just for printing the menu. Then after that, enter your choice. Okay, enter your choice. C in switch or C in ch, switch ch. Switch ch means we can input star, multiplication, division, whatever it is we can input. So if your input, that means if the input is plus, then which will execute? Case 1 will execute, otherwise case 2 will execute. So this is the switch statement that consists of all the arithmetic operation. For all these, the operation remains same. If it is addition, n1 plus n2 is executing. If it is multiplication, then n1 star n2. If it is division, n1 by n2, like that. Okay, so last, see out, enter the using thank you for using the program, then break. Then after that, default value, that means default case we entered another value that is not belonging to the case constant. Then after that, while ch equal to 5, ch equal to e and ch equal to e, that means exit. You can exit from the loop. While okay, up to which it will execute when we enter character 5. Character 5 means ch not equal to 5. Not equal to 5 means it is not belonging to that category, and ch not equal to e and ch not equal to small letter e. In any other value, the loop will continue. Okay, so this program actually is a big program, but you don't want to by heart this, but you want to identify which concept is using in this program. What is it? Nesting of control statement. That means do while loop uses switch statement. Okay, this is not an important program, just to give a brief description about how the control statement or nesting of control statement is working in C++ program. So nesting of control statement means a loop statement. Here, do while consists of switch statement. Okay, clear? So that is nesting of control statements. Then, next case, another important topic that is known as jump statements. Jump statements. Okay, another one is jump statement. In jump statement, actually jump statement indicate the working of. Okay, jump statement means it is an statement, that means using jump statement we can skip some part of the program. Okay, we can skip some part of the program. Using jump statement we can skip. That means the statement that facilitate the transfer of program control from one place to another is known as jump statement. Okay, what is the definition of jump statement? The statement that facilitate the transfer of program control from one place to another is known as jump statement. Okay, that program commands that facilitate or that helps to transfer the program control from one place to another. One place to another mean if some first section and second section, it's been between first and second section there are some program statement is present, so we can easily skip that program statement and we can move to second section using jump statement. So actually jump statement we didn't use except one jump statement we are using in switch, that is called break statement to terminate the execution. When the program or when the condition is true, normally in loop statement if the condition is false then only we are exiting from the loop. But for break statement, even if the condition is true, we are breaking. Okay, that is the speciality of breaking statement. After executing the true value, then we are exiting from the loop. Okay, so there are 4 different types of break statements are present. First one is break, then go to, then continue, then return. These are the 4 jump statements: break, go to, continue and return statement. So the first statement is break statement, go to statement, continue statement and return statement. So these are the 4 commonly used jump statement in C++. So we will discuss all these jump statement with the help of an example. So first one, go to. Okay, first statement is go to. The name indicate go to particular location. Okay, using the program, or when we use go to statement in your program, that automatically transfer program control from one place to another. So when you are transferring program control from one place to another, you want to specify one more, that is called label. You want to label or you want to name that particular program section. The syntax will be like this: go to label, go to label, then set, these are the statements, then label will be marked with colon. Label means actually it is a section that present in program. If it is a large program, suppose you want to name a particular section of a program, we can use label for labeling or for naming that particular program section. So example is, we will write one example: int I equal to 1 start. So here after start colon is present. Okay, after start colon is present. So if colon is present, then it is known as label. You know, after case constant we are using colon symbol. So here that also a label. Then start, cout I plus plus or plus plus I, if I less than or equal to 50, go to start. Okay, this is same as an iteration statement. So here first one, what is this? Initialization statement, I equal to 1. The next one, next line is start. That means this section is belonging to the label, or for naming this we are using this start. Then I, first we are printing the I, then after the incrementation, if the condition is true, go to start. That means again we are repeating this one more time. So this process will execute until I greater than 50. Okay, to transfer the program control to a particular section of a program, that name using label. So here start is a label that we already assigned start to indicate this program section. So after, if the condition is true, go to label. Clear? Then next, the second gem statement is break statement. The second gem statement is break statement. So here break statement also a gem statement. When break statement is encountered in a program, it takes program control outside the immediate enclosing loop. So if break is encountered, automatically the program control goes outside the loop. Okay, then we can write one example for codes. I think you know where we are using break statement. In all the switch statement we are using break statement. Break statement, if the condition is true, we are breaking or we are moving out from the switch. Okay, then here the same example I am going to write. I equal to 1 while I less than or equal to 10, C in num, if num equal to 0, then break. Cout entered number is, entered number is, entered number is num, entered number is num, cout inside the loop. Okay, what is this? So here I return one program statement, C++ program statement. So here if, okay, we are inputting value to num, okay, we are inputting any of the value. If the entered value is equal to 0, okay, by mistake we entered 0, at that moment we are breaking or we are exiting from the loop. Okay, so that is here. if num equal to 0, if the entered number is equal to 0, at that moment we are breaking from that particular section. So that's why if num equal to 0, we are breaking. We are not inside the loop. We are exited from the loop. If the condition is false, if num not equal to 0, then we will get the entered number, along with we will get a statement. Still we are in the loop. Okay, so suppose you want to exit from the loop, if the condition is true, then we are using break statement. Break statement is the most commonly used jump statement in C++ programs. Clear? Then one more example I will give that uses break statement. So we already studied how to print pattern of star. Suppose you want to print a pattern of star like this. Pattern of star like this. The same program we can write, same iteration, same for loop we can use, but you want to modify the for loop statement. So here I am going to write the for loop. So hope you know this. The number of I equal to 1, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus. Then inside the loop, first you want to use new line character cout/n. Then for j equal to 1, j less than or equal to I, j plus plus. So normally after this, immediately after this, we are printing cout star. Okay, cout star. Then if we print like this, then according to the number of row we will get the star. But here when the value of j reaches 2, we are terminating the iteration. Okay, when the value of j reaches 2. When value of j equal to 2, at that moment we are stopping the iteration. Okay, so here first one, value of I equal to 1, so one time we are printing the star. Second case, value of I equal to 2, so 2 time we are printing the star. Third case, value of I is equal to 3, but we are printing the star only 2 times. So that means whenever the value of j reaches equal to 3, or whenever the value of j equal to 3, at that moment we are breaking the iteration. So how we will write? We can write like this. If j equal to 3. If j equal to 3, what is happening? We are breaking the iteration, but we are not exiting from the loop, we are going to the outer loop. Okay, we are going to the outer loop and then we are continuing the iteration. So whenever value of j equal to 3, at that moment, break statement, we are breaking the iteration and we are going to the outer loop, and again I will change it to 4, and when j reaches 3, and again it is terminating. So when we execute a program like this, we will get a pattern like this. Okay, then next case, if to get a pattern like this, what you want to do? Instead of j equal to 3, what you want to write? J equal to 4, we are breaking the iteration. Okay, so this is an example for break statement. Clear? Hope you understood. When j equal to 3, we are terminating the iteration. Then next, one more that is now called continue. Continue statement is used to continue the iteration. Okay, it is used to continue the iteration. For example, I am going to write a C++ program for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. If I equal to 6, continue cout I/t. Close the bracket. Okay, here. Then I am going to print according to the program. So here value of I. So first one we will print number 1. Then if I equal to 6, is there any change? No. then 2 we will get, 3 we will get, 4, 5. When value of I equal to 6, when value of I equal to 6, what you want to do? You want to continue the iteration. Okay, we are continuing the iteration. You don't want to print the cout statement. Okay, we are not executing the body of the loop, we are continuing the iteration. So what will happen? We will not get the number 6 on the output screen, because when the value of I equal to 6, we are continuing the iteration. So that's the condition here. I equal to 6, continue. We are continuing the iteration. You don't want to print anything on the screen. So again, value of I changes to 7. Then we will get 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, there will be no number 6 in the output, because when the value of I reaches 6, it is continuing the iteration, it is not executing the body of the statement. So continue is a jump statement. It is used to continuing the iteration by skipping some part of the program. Okay, for what we are using continue statement? To continue the iteration by skipping some part of the program. So these are, then one more statement is a return. Return we are using in return 0 to exit from the program statement. So these are the 3 commonly used jump statement in C++: continue, go to and break. Then in your textbook one comparison is given, comparison between break statement and continue statement. Break statement is used to break the or exit from the program, but continue is used to continue the iteration. So please look at the comparison table. I will explain it. The first point, it is used with switch and loops. Normally break statement we are using in switch and loop. Continue statement only we are using continue statement in loops. Second one, brings the program control outside the switch or loop by skipping the rest of the statement within the block. Okay, bringing the program control outside by skipping all the other statement in switch. Bring the program control to the beginning of loop. Actually in switch we are exiting from the loop, but in but in continue we are continuing the iteration. That means we are not exiting, but it is bring the program control to the beginning of the loop. Then program control goes out of the loop even through the rest of the expression is true. Program control goes out of the loop even through the test expression is true. Then program control goes out of the loop only when the test expression become false. Okay, so clear? You can conclude that break statement we are using in switch. Hope you know, switch and also loop we can use switch statement, break statement. And after that, it is bringing the program control outside the switch statement by skipping the rest of the program. Then one more point is here, in switch statement program control goes out of the loop even if the condition is true. Okay, if the condition is true, then also we are exiting from the loop. But continue statement, if the condition is false, then only, or if the condition is true, it is not exiting, it is going to the iteration, or it is continuing the iteration once more. And continue statement we are using in loops only. In switch we are not using it. And also one more point is it means program control is moving to the starting. That means it is used to continue the iteration one more time. Okay, that is the difference between switch statement and continue statement. Both are jump statement. Then one more is the return, that also an exit, that is used to exit from the program control. So these are the most commonly used jump statement in C++ program. So hope you understood the jump statement along with nesting of control statement. So in this video we discussed about the nesting of control statement. So we discussed a sample program. In that program we combined do while loop along with switch statement. So we created a calculator that consists of do while along with switch statement. Then after that we discussed the various jump statements in C++ program. We started with go to statement. Go to, we are going to a particular section of the program. For naming that particular section we are using label. So after label, colons we are using. Then after that, break statement. Break statement normally we are using in switch, but also we can use in loops also. Then after that, continue statement. Continue is used to continue the iteration even if the condition is true. If the condition is true, we are continuing the iteration. Then after that, we discuss the comparison, or we compared break statement with continue statement. The differences between break and also continue statement. Okay, so by this we are concluding this chapter, control statement. Then in your textbook backside there are 4 programs are present. Check whether the given number is prime to find the roots of a quadratic equation, and Fibonacci series integer and find the largest among them. Okay, some of the programs are present, but okay, that we will discuss through the Google Meet. Okay, I will explain. Then you can, that means interaction will be there. So please study all the program that we discussed in this video, not in this video, in all the other videos. Then you don't want to study that nesting of control statement, because it will not come for your examination. You would want to study, you don't need to by heart it. It is not an important program, but all the other programs are important. All the other program, example for loop, while loop, do while loop, and also if else statement. All the other program you want to write and study. Then after studying all this program, you will get an idea about programming. So later that I will give this questions and assignment, and every one program we will discuss. Okay, so please write and study all the programs. All the important programs from this chapter we already discussed. Then some more you want to discuss, that is Fibonacci number and also palindrome. So all these programs present in your textbook, please copy that in your notebook. That's your homework. Copy all the program. Here already page number 223, then 25, 26 and 27. Some programs are present. Please copy all the programs in your notebook, and I will explain all that program through the Google Meet, and please try to write write and study the program. Especially I already mentioned even or odd using if else statement, then factorial of a number. So these all are the important programs. So if you know this, then others also we can easily write. So hope you understood control statements and the syntax, flowchart, and one sample explanation program also. Okay, so when you are writing the program, please try to include comments. So if you include comments, then you can easily identify which one is initialization, which one is test expression, and which one is updation and all. So please try to include comments while you are writing C++ program. And also one more point, please write neatly. Okay, semicolon, colon, double inverted comma, all should be visible. So hope you understood. The remaining section, or from the next video onwards, we will start our next chapter. So please write and study all this program that I explained. Okay, the remaining section we will discuss in the next video. Okay then, thank you.